Hi friends, in the last session we discussed that types of inheritance. Okay, we are discussing the concept is types of inheritance. As part of in the last session we discussed last three inheritances, right? So we discussed that last three inheritances one is a cyclic inheritance and a hybrid inheritance and one more is a multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance and a cyclic inheritance, right? So these we discussed as part of with the diagrammatic representation, right? So first multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance. Friends, if you are watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. It gives me more encouragement for the next videos. Okay. Okay, first observe here what is multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance means the concept of inheriting the properties from multiple classes into single class at a time. Okay, the concept of inheriting the properties from multiple classes into a single class at a time is known as a multiple inheritance, right? So with respect to that, we observed the program also. I'm taking one parent class and a parent to class, both are having same method. Okay, both are having the same method. And I'm taking one child class, order of P1 comma P2. Okay, in that child class having M2 method. In this scenario, whenever we are calling multiple, whenever we are creating the child class object, in the initialization of child class, order will be considered. Okay, if the same method is inherited from both parent classes. Okay, if the same method is inherited from the both parent classes, then Python will always consider the order of parent classes. Okay, then Python will always consider the order of parent classes in the declaration of the child class, right? So this is what we discussed as part of in the last session. Okay, if we consider p1 comma p2 means p1 method will consider. Okay, if p2 comma p1 means p2 method will consider. Okay, p2 comma p1 means p2 method will consider. Okay, next up, hybrid inheritance. Okay, hybrid inheritance means a combination of single, multi-level, multiple and hierarchical inheritance is nothing but what? A hybrid inheritance. Okay, combination of a single, multi-level, multiple and hierarchical inheritance is known as a hybrid inheritance. Okay, in the same way, cyclic inheritance means the concept of inheriting the properties from one class to another class. The concept of inheriting the properties from one class to another class in cyclic way. In cyclic way is nothing but what? A cyclic inheritance. Okay, is nothing but what? A cyclic inheritance. Python won't support for cyclic inheritance. Of course, anyway, it is not really required. Okay, Python won't support for cyclic inheritance. Of course, anyway, it is really not required. Okay, if you observe here, I'm taking class A extends B pass, class B extends A. So if we execute this program, we will get error as a name B is not defined, because here initialization of starting A extends B, but it didn't find B. Okay, so that is the reason it's going to give error as a name error. Name B is not defined. Okay, name B is not defined. Clear? Next. Okay, next point. Okay, next point. So today we are going to discuss about the super method. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the super method. Super method. Super method. Clear? Super method means super is a built-in method which is used to call superclass constructor variables and method from the child class. Okay, super is a built-in method. A super is a built-in method. Okay, built-in method. A super is a built-in method which is okay, which is useful. Okay, which is useful to call. Okay, which is useful to call superclass constructor. Superclass constructor. Okay, which is used to call superclass constructor variables and methods. Okay, which is used to call superclass constructor variables and methods from the child class. Okay, from the child class. Okay, from the child class. Clear? So with respect to that, observe the small program, then you will get clarity how we can implement super keyword. Okay, program one. Okay, good. Example one for super. Example one for super keyword. Example one for super keyword. Okay, observe here. I'm taking class person class. I'm taking first one person class. I'm taking one person class. I'm taking one constructor inside a person class. Here what I'm taking self comma name comma age. Self comma name comma age. Here I'm initializing that those variables. Self dot name is equal to name comma self dot age is equal to age. Self dot name is equal to name. Self dot age is equal to age. Next I'm displaying def dot display of self. Okay. So here what I am displaying those names. Whatever I have initialized the names in the constructor that I am displaying now. Name self dot name. Next print of age. Self dot age. Self dot age. Next class student. Student extends person. A class student extends person class. Okay, here also I'm taking constructor. Here self comma name comma age comma roll number comma marks. Next here let's wait for the scenario. Self dot roll number. Self dot roll number is equal to roll number. Self dot marks. Self dot marks is equal to marks. Def. Okay, def display. Okay, def display. Here also instance method. Now observe here print 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 what I'm taking roll number. Okay, roll number self dot roll number. Next print same. Okay, marks self dot marks. Okay, self dot marks. Now observe the scenario here. What I am doing whenever I am creating the student class object. Okay, whenever I am creating the student class object. Okay, whenever I am creating the student class object by providing the parameters. Okay, required parameters. Sai Kumar, age 29, comma roll number 101, comma marks 100. Okay, so whenever I'm creating the object by using whenever I'm creating the student class object, so these parameters I'm passing. But observe here, whenever I'm passing these parameters, okay, observe carefully, whenever I'm passing these parameters, but here it will get only student class constructor, this one only. But how can I call the person class? Okay, how can I call person class? Just observe here, s dot display. S dot display. Now observe the scenario carefully. Even though I am passing 4 parameters, but we will get only roll number and marks. Okay, roll number and marks. If you observe here, roll number 101, marks 100. but I'm not getting the name and age. Okay, I'm not getting the name and age. So to prevent this problem, okay, to prevent this problem, then only to prevent that problem, they introduced super keyword. So anyway, this student class extends a person class. So after student class extending the person class, we need to call the super class members. Okay, we need to call the super class members. So that in that case, we have to go for super keyword. Okay, we have to go for a super keyword. Super dot init underscore underscore next name comma age. So after using this one, we need to use to you need to use the same for display method also. Okay, super of a super of display, a super of display, super of display name comma age, name comma age. Okay, super of display of name comma age. Okay, display of name comma age. Okay, so can you please confirm is parameters are mandatory or not required? Can you please confirm parameters mandatory or not required? Not required, because here display anyway superclass member already executing parameter, means superclass already executing parent class variables. Okay, when it is executing parent class variable, any directly it will available for the self keyword. Anyway, it is available for the self keyword. So now observe here, if I run this program, we'll get the name, age, roll number and marks everything. Okay, name, age, roll number and marks everything. Clear? So this is nothing but what, by using super keyword. Okay, by using what, super keyword. Clear? So note, okay, note. So by using this length of the, okay, length of the code, length of the code to be increased. Okay, length of the code to be increased, length of the code to be increased. Let me comment line 1 and line 2. Length of the code to be, length of the code is to be increased, read and readability will be down if we are not using line 1, line 1 and line 1 and line 2. Okay, length of the code to be increased and readability will be down if you are not using line 1 and line 2. Okay, clear, right? So next point, observe carefully. Next point, point 1. Next point 2, we are using super method to call parent class constructor and the display method. Okay, we are in the above we are using, okay, we are using super method, we are using super method to call, we are using super method to call parent class constructor, parent class constructor, the parent class constructors, parent class constructors and display method, parent class constructors and display method, parent class constructor and display method. Clear? So this is nothing but what, by using super keyword. Okay, by using super keyword. Example 2 with respect to super method. Example 2 with respect to super method. Example 2 with respect to super method. Just observe the same example. Okay, just observe the same example. I'm going to modify small changes. Okay, I'm going to modify the some changes. Okay, let me write the test code. Okay, let me write the test code. I'm taking class P. I'm taking class P. I'm taking one static variable. Next, I'm taking one constructor. Okay, I'm taking one constructor. Self. Okay, self dot B is equal to B. Okay, self dot B is equal to B. Next, I'm taking one instance method. M1 self. Next, here parent instance method. A parent instance method. Parent instance method. Next, parent instance method. Here I'm taking instance method. Next class method. Okay, class method. Parent instance method, and here I'm taking static method. Okay, static method. Class method will take a CLS argument. Parent, 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 class method. Parent class method. Parent static method. Okay, here also M3. Here also M3. Next I'm taking class. Okay, child class extends parent. Okay, child class extends parent. A equal to 888. Okay, A is equal to static variable 888. Next here underscore init underscore. So this one also I am taking in the child class. Okay, self. Here I am initializing self dot b is equal to self dot b is equal to 999. Self dot b is equal to 999. Here I am calling superclass members. Okay, superclass members underscore init underscore. I am calling superclass members by using super keyword. Okay, I am calling superclass constructor by using super keyword. I am calling superclass constructor by using super keyword. Okay. Now observe here print of, okay, print of super of dot a. Okay, first let me up to observe carefully here. I'm creating only child class object. Okay, I'm creating only child class object. So if I execute this one, A is equal to 888. Okay, A is equal to 888. Let me comment this one also. Then you will feel that everything will be available in the child class. Okay, but here I'm not using super. Okay, just everything in the child class only. B is not defined. Okay, B is not defined. Okay, B is not defined. Where B is not, where I didn't mention B. Okay, here to provide the value. It is not giving anything because I'm not calling any superclass members. Okay, here I'm not passing any, here I'm not calling any superclass members. Okay, clear? So observe here, now when I'm calling superclass members, okay, when I'm calling superclass members, observe here super of A. Here I have mentioned in child class and parent class. Okay, observe carefully which one will get the chance. Okay, superclass member only got the chance. Okay, in the same way, okay, in the same way super of dot m1 method. Okay, super of m1 dot method, super of dot m2 method, super of dot m3 method. Now observe here, now observe here. Okay, so if I print self dot b, if I print a self dot b, so which one it will print and the super of a, which one it will print. Okay, 10 parent instance method, parent class method, parent static method. Okay, super of a means 10 it is printing. Okay, so let me make 180 10 180 parent instance method. That means observe the point here. Super members means super class member it is accessing. Okay, next self dot p means whatever. Why? Because it is accessing from the parent class means so already we are calling superclass members. Okay, by superclass members we are calling. And one more thing here, self.b is initialized in the parent class constructor. So that's why whenever we are calling super dot underscore underscore init, or that's why here it is accessing superclass member. Okay, by that's why it's accessing a superclass members. Clear? Let me run this program one more time. Let me run this program one more time. Then this is the output. Clear? This is the output. Clear? So observe here the node. Observe here in the above example. Okay, in the above example, we are using super. Okay, we are using super to call various to call various members of parent. A super method to call various members various members of a various members of a parent class. Okay, in the above example we are using super method to call various members of a parent class, right? This is nothing but what with respect to super method. In the next session I am going to explain another concept is nothing but what by using super method. Okay, by using super method, how to call methods of particular superclass. Okay, how to call methods of particular superclass. In the next session, how to call, okay, how to call methods of, okay, how to call methods of a particular superclass, particular superclass. Okay, this is what we have to discuss in the next session. Clear? This is what we have to discuss in the next session. Okay, if you are having any questions or queries on this example, please post your query in the comment section or reach out to my email ID in the given description. Okay, observe carefully in the next session. I will remind this topic one more time. But please friends, if you are watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe. Okay, it gives me more encouragement for the next videos with challenging. Okay, if you are having any questions or any queries with respect to subject, please post your query in the comment section or reach out to my email ID. But please subscribe if you are watching my channel for the first time. Thank you friends. Thanks for watching.